All right, that looks good. Welcome back to the White Cabin. All right. I think I'm finally set up. Just like the last 5 minutes ago, I successfully streamed my first tokens from the box, like the first code. And yeah, the setup is actually quite easy. On the box currently is running Olama. I've decided to go with Quencoder in the 30 billion parameter version and GPT OS with 120 billion parameters. Why GPT OS? Because apparently for the Claude Code extension or the Claude Code CLI, you need a thinking model, which Qwen 3 Coder at the moment is not like it's not a thinking model. So you need a thinking model and then the code generation model, which is interesting. Didn't know that, and yeah, I configured the thing. Hopefully, and also I got good news. I also figured how to do a proper fire, so it's finally cozy inside of here, which is super good. And yeah, maybe, just maybe, I think before we start, I should figure the fire because I got finally a lot of embers. Apparently, this is how it should look like, right? You want those red glowing stuff. And I figured my own. I haven't asked the AI. I just, tried again and made a proper triangle with wood logs and then made a fire. I'm so good. I made a fire. All right. Let's check first. I think it might be good on another log. And it's really super hot. I need to do this probably. So, and now this should start catching fire again because it's super warm. It's so glad that we figured that. And I'm also super happy that we figured the local code generation. And I want to show you how. Because apparently it took me some time. I cannot show you the GPT, the DJX Spark thing, because I'm not streaming from that device. And yeah, I have a hard time. I need the second screen for streaming. All right. Let's try again and switch the screens so you can probably see what I'm doing here. And maybe align myself a bit. All right. So, welcome to VS Code with Claude Code CLI. The fun thing is, last time I checked it, which model it is, it still responded with Claude Code because it has the system prompt. But I can confirm that it's running on the box because the box is getting warm. But I also saw the API calls to Olama, which is great. So what you're most likely also noticing, it's a bit slower than the usual Claude models, which is a bit of, it's concerning because if it's taking too much time, then this will be not fun. I might switch models afterwards because I want a fast model. I want fast code generation. I guess I can cover dirty generated AI code, but yeah, let's see. Also, sometimes the box go to sleep, which is fine from a power consumption situation, but yeah, there's no way. Speaking of power consumption, when this thing is doing its job, I have a power meter there that's drawing 200 watts. Um, by the way, I'm sitting in a cabin, a tiny house, which is off grid, which has limited power supply. I'm at this moment draining a battery. And yeah, I did the math, and it looks like 7 hours. After 7 hours, I have to hope for another sunny day, which most likely will be a problem tomorrow because it also snowed, which means the solar panels on the roof are also covered in snow. So yeah, looking good for quite a challenge. And yes, I see a couple of people are back with me, which is good. I'm streaming to YouTube and LinkedIn as well. On LinkedIn, there's also a bit more about the story because I'm actually wondering that someone joined on YouTube. Welcome to the club. Yes. Okay. So I want to build an app. I want to vibe code an app. And as you already saw, I'm limited. I want to do this locally, so I've connected everything. Cloud Code is now running locally. It is also connected to my project. I'm inside of my project, and it's a fresh project. There's nothing yet there. And usually, what I would do is to start with a project MD file. So yeah, let's prompt it. Let's work on a project MD file. It contains all the information about this project. Now I need to describe what my original idea is. So if you're just dialing in, that's a good time. Now I need to write everything down. And it will most likely take some time because this project MD file is for me like part of every prompt in the end, especially for implementing new features, which is great context for the code generation model. So, it contains all information about this project. We are building an hybrid app for food tracking. We have an initial view which contains a chat with an AI assistant. Think of it like, yeah, maybe like ChatGPT. I'm at this moment writing with GPT-OS, so it should be capable of knowing what ChatGPT is, right? And once we figure that, yeah, we need to be able to take photos of food that we want to track. It should also be capable of tracking by barcode. Actually, also I have the screens, but I haven't figured a way to upload screenshots to this because it's not probably connected yet. Because I can also use the Cloud Code extension in VS Code. But if I would use this, it doesn't use the router. I think there's still some settings that I need to override. I will most likely check because I need to be capable of adding screenshots. It's essential for prompting, if you ask me. All right. Tracking by barcode. It is also capable of tracking trainings. It should keep track of calories burned by day. Think of it like the activity app of iOS with radial charts. Stuff like that. People are joining from Atlanta, Georgia, USA. Wow, nice. I'm just a dude sitting in the wilderness of Brandenburg, building with local AI. Happy that you dial in. All right. Keep track of calories burned by day. Think of it like activity app. Okay, what else is super important? Yeah, essentially, we have a start page, the chat with the AI assistant. Because I want to don't generate code yet. I really just want from this model at the moment the project MD file. Just do the project MD file. All right, for the people that are joining fresh, because I streamed earlier that day when I was arriving at this cabin, and I introduced my project, which should look like this. It's a food app. Of course, you use resolutions, right? And it is an app to track whatever you ate, but also it should also help you logging your trainings, because those are calories that we can subtract, right? So we need this data, and the whole application is agent first, which means we have a chat assistant that is more or less the first page and responds rich widgets. So let's see. Oh, that looks not good. If it's just pinging back. Let's try again. If this is an issue, then we really have an issue. I really need to figure the extension. I think the proper way is not working in the actual CLI. I usually also use the Cloud Code extension, which would feel better. So while this thing is doing, apparently it's really doing something, hopefully. Let me check the extension. The thing with Cloud Coders, it's of course proprietary, so they usually don't want you to do this, bring your own models, because in the end they live from token selling, right? So let's see what settings. Because yeah, it doesn't look right. It just looks like it doesn't have the full context. Just responding what do you want to do? Okay, so I think I need to find the settings. And I was already checking this. Edit settings, configure service address. Yes, this is something we want to change because we are essentially building a proxy. We're telling it, hey, Anthropic lives now in another place. So yeah, let's try this. Edit in settings, a JSON block to your settings. Make sure setting exists. Make sure count is merged correctly. We don't need an authentication key because we are working locally. All right, so looks like I need to add somewhere. It's already made. Environment variables. Okay. I see. It needs to be here. Hopefully this still works. And yeah, I'm using servers to wrap essentially the API for a Cloud, which is called Cloud Code Router, which was, to be honest, quite easy to set up. They even have a UI mode, which is super cool, so you don't need to jump into the console. You can have just this UI. And this UI shows that I've configured Olama, which runs on a DJX Spark that is also sitting on the table with me. And we have Qwen 3 Coder and GPT-OS, which is good. Now I just need to get the URL, the IP, and port. I hope it's that. It should be that one. But just to make sure, I think they're also providing this information somewhere. No proxy, okay. It's that port. Anthropic base URL. The local router endpoint default is that. That is what we want to tell the extension where to look for cloud models, which are now living on my box. Good thing. All right. That means I've updated this. And should I disable it and restart? Enable. Okay. I think you are back. Are you back? Okay. If I did this properly, this will now invoke the local API. So yeah, let's try. Okay. I mean, it takes time, which is good because my local AI is a bit slower. All right. And yeah, power consumption also looks like the box did something. So that is good. I really want to check if this box really is doing. I want a dashboard for that because now I have connected my second monitor to the laptop so I can stream probably. But imagine putting a screen on this box and to have a little dashboard what it's doing, because it's quite interesting. It sits here on my table and consumes a lot of power. There should be a dashboard for that. All right. Okay, I think this is cool. Now I want to test something else. I would love if this model is also capable of taking images. Let's ask it something. It should be capable because GPT-OS, which is currently the model for thinking and receiving the prompt, is capable of eating images, which of course is super important. Yeah, let's try something. Just taking a screenshot. Oh god, I'm so sorry, this is my desktop. And this means, there should be an option to upload images, right? Is files and folders. No, this is adding. Let's try again. Try again the screenshot thing. If I did it probably. I would love to have the possibility to add screenshots. You can do this with Claude natively. And we need to confirm that this is also running for my local AI. If we have this as well. Okay. It's... Oh, I think I can fix this. So if you're doing something like that on your own, you will also hit most likely this. Not every model is capable of thinking. And apparently it's going for my coding model, which is at this moment Qwen 3 coder. But it's an image, and I saw that we can define. Again, it's super cool to have this UI of Cloud Code Router because there's a model for images. Yes, awesome. We need to switch this to GPT open source, restarting the thing. And I think I will also restart this. And what do you see? Tammy, a nice screenshot of an app. Looks good. I hate that GPT OSS is doing a great job at this moment. I really wanted to try the coding specific models. I even did set up GLM 4.7 heavily quantized to fit on the box, but it's oh, it looks good. GLM is at this moment pretty darn cool. Oh, no, it's damn. Okay, let's fix this in a second. But yeah, GLM, pretty cool model, but definitely too big for a single DJX Spark. So you can quantize this and have a slightly dumber version, but it's running. I had this, I tried this, same thing. It needs thinking capabilities, and I cannot run in parallel GLM and GPT open source. Which, yeah, as you can see, if you host your models, you have problems. I also have problems with that because it's still not getting everything back. I think the context seems not to be submitted because it's asking me how it could help with the project today, which really annoys me. Can we have a look at what? Okay, let's try some code generation to see if it's capable of doing something. We have the home page, and yeah, change the headline to home. Let's see. Do you get my code? If it's not getting the code, it will be super annoying because I want to do this. I want to run what it's doing. Contain. Oh, right. Maybe. No. I think it has a hard time getting the correct context. This looks not good. Is there something else I need to set up? Okay, we don't need that. We don't need that. Yeah. I don't have cost warnings providers. Maybe I need to configure also the transformer. Let's try custom transformer. We have the provider. Maybe I just need to use this. Yeah, it seems not to have the context. Okay, let's try first something. Let's just try GPT OS at the moment. Let's have restart. Good. It should have restarted. Same task. Let's have a coding task. Change the headline to home. I don't think there's some other setting. I hope so, because otherwise I don't have an... Well, wait, maybe there's a llama guide. That looks good. Something like that is already what I have used. Router. There I can define the models. We have that. Has maybe someone of you watching has an idea already figured bringing your model to Claude Code. There would be a plan B, which would be Llama code. Llama has something similar, but I'm so used to Claude Code that I want the same experience but different models. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's not capable of spawning. We need to use task code. We need to know what the user wants. Ask anything yet. There's a huge context problem at the moment, which is super annoying. Okay, but this means the connection between Claude Code extension and the router works, but the router does not completely work. No. Do I need to custom transformers? You can also create your own transformer and load them via transformers. I have not set up the transformers because I thought it wouldn't be needed, but maybe it's missing. Okay, let's see. Installation. Obviously, we did that. Configuration. Obviously, I haven't read that. So most likely I skipped something here. Proxy URL, which is fine. Logging doesn't care. API key we don't need. Host we does not change this. Non-interactive mode. Compatibility with non-interactive environments like GitHub Actions, Docker containers. Now we don't want this. Providers used to configure different model providers. We did this. The router used to set up routing rules. Default specifies the default model, which is used for all requests if no other route is configured. I guess we have to check the configuration. We have the providers, which look good. We have the default model. We have every model set. I don't think we need web search. It shouldn't be the problem. Okay, enable built-in transformers. Entropic. If you use only the entropic transformer, it will preserve the original request and response parameters. Okay, DeepSeek adapts requests for the DeepSeek API. Gemini, OpenRouter, Grok. Tool use, reasoning, sampling, clean cache. I don't think I need to define a transformer. If you only use only the entropic transformer, if you use only, it will preserve the original request and response parameters. I just want the entropic experience, so let's try to set the entropic transformers, right? Maybe that helped. We don't need specific parameters. There's no template for... All right, so let's try this again. Fresh restart. And the same task. Da, 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 da. The thing is, it's obviously doing something. I really would love to check the logs, because in the logs of Olama I would see what it's sending. Maybe I can figure the problem there. Oh yeah, let's see. I mean, if it's taking that long, like it's currently doing, I have the suspicion that the model shut down on the box because there was no request for a given time, which should be 15 minutes or something like that. Let's see. And if this is still failing, then I have a problem for my challenge. But the challenge was to generate only the code locally. So the next step starting this project probably would be the project MD and Cloud Code file that serves as context for every request. Okay, this obviously timed out. Let's try again. Why can't such things not be that easy? Like replacing stuff. Oh, I could also, of course, I could try Llama code as well. Let's see if plan B is a thing. So apparently there's a Llama Code VS Code extension which mimics what Cloud Code is doing. Which usage with Llama. But this is just chatting inside of your code application. Llama code. Oh no, it's called Code Llama. All right, Code Llama. No, that's a model. There should be an IDE. Okay, let's try again. Llama IDE coding. I really didn't expect to be forced to use that. Let's see. We have Llama embedding model. Oh no, I might need embedding models. I don't have one with me at the moment. While using continue, which was also mentioned on a page there, I want to use Cloud Code. Oh, no, this is original Cloud Code from another project. All right, let's see how it's doing. Not good. I mean, now we have no response, which is at least something different. I think I really have to figure stuff first. But yeah, okay, let's try continue with code. And it should be capable of running with Olama with my local model. I mean, it looks good, but will it be as good as the agent of Cloud Code? Let's try and figure. Yeah. Alright, A together, any terminals, CLI, chat, added, autocomplete. Okay, cool things. Okay. It's installing. What is the white coding agent that you usually do use? If still people following me, I know that debugging is in a stream is always super boring, but often it's the reality, and I really want to stick to my challenge, which means, yeah, we want to generate every code line locally. All right, it is here with us. First things first, let's check their settings because we want to remote config server URL. This is good. This is where we want to put our Olama. Okay. Continue IDE Olama. We have that, we have that. It's running, we have our models. Using hub model blocks, local YAML, okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, okay, I think we need to change this in the configuration. But where's the server defined? Can't be just, yeah, it should be, yeah. That's what we need to do. Or we can do... Reconfiguring model blocks. We need to define API days like this, because this is where our models are hosted, not on this machine. Okay, that means, yeah, let's go to settings. There should be continue. There's the configuration. All right, that looks decent. It's but where do I define it? Expecting an array? It could be, yeah. Should be like this. Then our model this is my local API. I think capabilities we just keep open. And let's keep it simple. This is GPT Rs. And the exactly model should be that. And we have that here. All right. Config update. Source container. Open source. Okay. Let's see if this worked. Continue. Looks good. Let's go to the settings. I mean, nothing's changed here because most likely it does not need to be changed. All right. Okay, how can I access this now? There should be a new window for that, right? Good. Let's try this window. Oh. Is it that? No, these are the changes. This is the Claude code. This should be Copilot. Now I have three coding agents enabled. Feels unnecessary. Really. Okay. This is Claude. This was GPT. Where do I find the last new one? Couldn't be VS Code. Could really be easier. Okay, get started. Chat makes it easy. Blah, 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 blah. How do I open your awesome window? Can I just mark a text and get the option to do this and continue? Yeah, okay. Let's add this to the chat. Wow, our third coding agent, finally. And we have our GPT model. Let's try change the headline. Let's see if it's working. Oh, that is something new. Arguments were invalid with the following message. Repurpose printee not found. Please try something else. All right. I think my setup is still not working, which bums me because I already invested 2 hours. And I need to dig deeper. And I think this will most likely fill the rest of my evening before really starting this project. Ah, feels good to be a developer, right? Okay, I think to get something out of the hour that we were streaming here, we will generate at least the project markdown file with Cloud Code, like the official Cloud Code. That way, I'm not generating code. I'm just generating a markdown description that I really want as context for every next step. But yeah, it's tough. So let's switch this back to use the official Cloud Code and generate our project markdown. We already had this prompt in the beginning, but I lost it. We don't have this in our clipboard. All right, let's work on a project MD file. And now that we have Cloud back, we can also inject our little screenshots, which should help a lot to manage the context better. We are just taking a screenshot. Some food app built with Ionic framework. It's an agent first app where the user can just take a photo or describe what they ate, and once and chat AI assistant will analyze it and respond and keep track of calories and macronutrients. See screenshot, for example. Just generate the project MD file. Add details where necessary. It's good to have a working model inside of Cloud Code. That would be so cool if this worked also with the local version. I need to figure something. I think tool calling capabilities is where it's currently breaking. I have to check this. But yeah, let's generate something that is not code but context and super important. All right. Food GPT is an agent-first nutrition tracking. Yes, core concept. Snap a photo, describe what they ate, features. Yeah. That's good. Okay, it's missing something, and I also want to control the models that it's suggesting. I mean, they are not bad, but I think they could be better. All right. Yeah. Let's have the first iteration. The UI of the app is done by Stitch with google.com. It's a Google service. And why this thing is so interesting? Because it's using Nano Banana. So we have strong vision capabilities. And it's also generating the code, at least some code. So if we would have a look into the code, you will see its Tailwind components, and I think it's static. There's nothing else than Tailwind at this moment, but it's a good source, a good context for your next wipe coding steps. So it's like a half wipe coding agent. It's just UI generating, and you can iterate on that. So yeah, this UI is also, of course, wipe coded in a way. All right, it looks good. We have the project MD. Oh yeah, I wanted to add another feature that wasn't inside of the screenshot, but we can add this as well, because we also want to extend project MD. We also do basic exercise tracking that subtracts the daily budget of calories. We also keep track of the weight. The weight should also be tracked and should be used for a total calorie budget. I mean, this is not exactly something new. There are apps for that, but they're not agent first. So I saw people using ChatGPT for doing something like that. And if you look for the current food apps, they are like 2022, like formulas, semi-great working AI functionalities, like detecting what's inside of a photo of food. And yeah, I want this just as chat history with an assistant, so I can adjust it even more. Can you send codes from Stitch to Git? You can turn this thing. Let me see. You can connect it to. I think there's an export option. I don't use this export because if I would go that route, it will send you to Google AI Studio, which is great. It will work, right? But yeah, it's then a project in Google AI Studio, so you can work inside of the Google environment I could download this. Maybe I can then make it part of my code base, or I copy the code to clipboard. But I don't want to use the code because I don't want to use Tailwind for my project. I made a decision against Tailwind, and it's essentially turning Nano Banana images to Tailwind. So there's obviously some further LLM, most likely Gemini, doing something like turn this into Tailwind components. So if you want to do the Tailwind thing, I think then it's even a greater tool. For me, it's just fast iteration with a decent image model. And it's free. So always love free stuff. Let's see. We still need to extend this project MD. Really, I always start with something like that, and I think most people will also figure or think about Claude MD. And the difference for me between Claude MD and Project MD, Project is not about tech. Claude MD Fire is all about tech. Like, how do you want to generate the code? Which frameworks are you using? What's the project folder structuring? And the Project MD File is the direct opposite. It's not code. It's your business idea, your app idea, whatever, turned into a description that once you develop a new feature can just be attached to the prompt. And once you attach this to the prompt, then the functionality is there. Actually, it already generated text stack and app structure, which is something that I will remove and put this into Claude Code, the Claude MD in the end. Because Project MD should not be about tech. It's really just like specifications, I would say, but not the technical specifications. It's hard. It's like your business idea. I would say if you think business idea and write this into your Project MD, then you're on the right track. So quick actions: snap meals, log exercise, log weight, ask coach. This is actually added by the AI, and I love the idea. I guess ask coach is just writing a message without clicking something. But yeah. Activity logging with calories burn, also good. Logging exercise. It's cool that it's already figuring stuff like that, because yeah, essentially when I had the idea of this app, I would go also that way. So yeah, okay, those changes look good. So and I think from here it would be super cool to finally start the project generation, the code generation. But yeah, since I'm doing this as a challenge, it would be too easy to do this with just Claude Code, right? I want to do this with local AI. I brought my DJX Spark. I definitely downloaded a couple of models, and now I think I still need to figure out how to connect it probably. That way it will have the full context, and I think I'm missing something with the tool calling capabilities. But yeah, I will do this off screen because it will be super boring to watch. You already had 30 minutes of that watching me figuring stuff. And yeah, if you just dialed in, this is a challenge. I want to, as mentioned, generate this code locally, and I want to finish this by Sunday. And yeah, I'm losing a lot of time figuring stuff with local models, which is not good, but I'm still committed to do this challenge. And yeah, to make this a proper story, I rented a cabin, which is like cabin in the woods. I'm currently off grid, running on battery life of a tiny house. and already wasted a lot of energy. So yeah, looking good. But I think on Sunday we will see some kind of app which should be generated here. All right. That's it for this stream. I will be streaming several times this weekend. I can tell you when I will be streaming tomorrow again. It should be one of my posts. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So, next stream. Oh, tomorrow morning. 11 a.m. Berlin time, which is CET. It's Europe, right? And yeah, by then I should have finished the problems with my models and most likely generated the first pages of this application. And yeah, tomorrow will be super, super interesting because tomorrow I will also build the actual agent, which will be built in n8n. So n8n will be part of the backend. There are some other backend functionalities as well, but the agent doing the calorie calculations, finding food, looking for food codes, whatsoever, will be also built tomorrow. And yeah, it needs to be a multi-tenant agent, which is super interesting to do with n8n. So yeah, definitely come to see this, and I should be no problems because this can be some agent in the cloud. This doesn't need to be my local agent. But yeah, until then I really need to generate all the pages. So yeah, living a challenge. Why did I make the decision to generate the code locally? There's no benefit in that. Just my ego doing this. I will figure it. All right. I will have it in an intense night, most likely with a lot of hate against local AI. But yeah, once I did that, I figured it, and then I can generate basically at home. I don't need to rent a cabin for that anymore. But yeah, that's the idea, and yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully, with the first code generated locally inside of this cabin. So, see you then.